Hey, YouTube. Orientation is not rotate device back. Okay, this is my first time doing this. I guess I'm live. I was trying to do this in landscape. I don't know if it's gonna let me. It says rotate. I guess I've unlocked the rotation. Sorry, y'all. My first time doing this. Hey, YouTube. Trying to. Don't want to do that. Trying to do a live video here. It won't let me rotate it back, so I hope this works. I was trying to do it in landscape. I just thought I'd check out this live feature they got going on here. You can tell from my appearance, I've been kind of under the weather here lately. Haven't really been, I've had videos I've uploaded, but I've already had those pre-recorded. And I do have some other ones that are pre-recorded, but I have to figure those out. I have to get those ready for y'all to upload. One is an interview I did with my son, about college and stuff like that. It's a quick little video. And another one I did with my daughter. For those of you who don't know, she's a new mom and everything. And she's just talking briefly about being a new mom and about finances and stuff like that. So I was going to upload those, but I haven't gotten them ready. They're recorded, but they're not ready to upload. So those of you who are content creators, you know what I'm talking about. You have to prep the videos and, get everything all ready. Yeah, y'all, I'm homesick today. I don't know what happened. I don't think I caught a stomach bug or something. Thursday. Yeah, and I've just been feeling like crap ever since. So, again, I apologize for my appearance. But this is the best I can do under the circumstances. So how are y'all today? I don't see anybody on here yet, but it's okay. I can just hang out with y'all and we can just chit chat for a little bit. I don't want to say there's not a lot going on because there is a whole lot going on. Just trying to, I don't know about y'all, but I'm just trying to, I don't know what's up with this rotation. I'm just trying to just get what I need from the news and, just keep it moving. This current administration, I don't know, y'all. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to start talking about the politics, so I don't want to get on that. But I do want to share with y'all. I don't think I went into too much detail. The latest on the new deferred resignation program, DRP, I guess they're calling it. They've left it up to each agency to roll out their own program, and I think they left it open for about a week. I think they were coming up on a deadline this week. They got to for people to either sign up for it or not. So I don't know. I know with our agency, we have until I think this week to respond to it. I got too much skin in the game, as they say, to go out like that as far as resigning. Now retirement, I don't have enough skin in the game to retire early. They are offering with that an early retirement, which I am not eligible for. I'm just shy of a year on that. So that would be something that I would definitely be interested in if I was eligible. So hopefully, throughout this, because it looks like they're going to be, trying to get rid of people or trying to get people out, probably this whole administration during his whole term. So hopefully next year, if that program is still around, I would definitely take it. And I'm suggesting if you guys out there, uh, well, I can't suggest that you take it because each person's situation is different. Um, so you would have to look at your situation and determine if that's a good option for you, and your family. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. Kind of, I've thought about it, and I've also, I talked to my husband about it. And I'm like, I'm just ready to go. It's just, it's just getting to where it's depressing now to just actually go in, because I've described or I've talked to you all about some of the working conditions, in my building, and I know some of you guys are probably like, oh, she's whining, quit your complaining. You should be grateful that you have a job. Yes, all of that is true, but um a person can only take so much. It's and only what that limit is. And I'm at that limit. It's just a combination of things. It's the building that I work in is very, very, like I said, we work in a warehouse, so it's very, very old. It's drab. There are no windows, so you're doing your 8 hours, and it feels like that just like what I said, it feels like doing time. It really does. It feels like, prison, because you really don't know if it's day or night out, any of that, which again, I should be grateful that I have a job, and I am. But, I do have to get up, take breaks, walk around, just to keep my sanity. And that's another thing too, y'all. Because what I do is directly related to hiring. I told you all before, I'm in HR. So we're in a hiring freeze right now. Most of the federal agencies they're in a hiring freeze. So there's not a lot of work, and not a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff. Now, the work that I do is not directly related to hiring new people, but it's more geared towards people who are already employees. And it's just, whenever there's movement for those employees, like promotions and things like that, um, that's where my office comes into play, and I have to update and process those types of actions. And even some of those are on hold. So the capacity of work is not what it was, because of the freeze. So a lot of us don't have a whole lot of work. So, and that's another thing, I guess the Doge folks or whatever are trying to prove, oh, they sit around, they're not doing anything. It's not that we're not doing anything. The work isn't there, so we're having to go find the work. We are working our 8 hours, but it's a little bit more of a challenge now, and we have to be a little bit creative and getting that work done, and being productive, because there just isn't a whole lot. So with that, the productivity is not what it once was. So you have a bunch of I don't want to get into that, but we do have a bunch of folks kind of sitting around, and I'm not gonna lie, they sit around and gossip, and yeah, you know how that goes. So that's not fun also, because you got to watch when you're in the office, y'all. And those of you who've been around, what I'm talking about. In an office environment, your coworkers are not your friends. They really aren't. Um, we have to be cordial to one another. And I don't know, I can't hear my stomach. Oh my, I really have some issues, some GI issues. But yeah, your coworkers are not your friends, so you really have to watch how you navigate. Um, for those of you who don't know, you have to really have to watch how you navigate the coworker relationships. Yeah, and especially now that like I said, with us, we're not really, really busy. So you can find yourself falling into some traps um, that can be unhealthy. Let me just put it that way. So if you guys or anybody watching this, you find yourself in that predicament where you're a federal worker or not, just be careful out there, is what I'm trying to say. Just be careful. Um, what else did I want to touch on? Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of videos, y'all, and a lot of our other content creators on here that are losing their jobs and being laid off. So again, I'm not insensitive to that. I understand that. Um, and I don't want it to come off like I'm, complaining or um, not grateful, put it that way, because I am grateful for what I do have. And, the situation could be, um, my situation, a lot of people's situations, it could be a lot worse. So, I'll just leave it up to that. Um, but these are very, very, very unprecedented times that we're in. And I mean, if you would have told me a year ago that, we all would be in this situation, I would have been like, get out of here. Get out of here with that, because um, this is just unheard of. It's just unreal. I've never seen anything like it. A lot of the old timers that have been around even longer than me have said the same thing. They're like, psh, these are unprecedented times, and we've never seen anything like this. This is just unreal. So, if you're a praying person, I just say all we can do is just pray and keep it moving. This is crazy. Um, and again, this is my first live, so I mean, there's a lot of things I can talk to y'all about, but those are some of the heavy hitters right now. The economy, um, job loss, and what we can do to save money. Um, yeah, I've put out quite a few videos, and I'm probably going to do more about that subject, about saving money and what we can do, because that's my primary focus right now, is to save, and how can I double, quadruple my savings, and how can I make it work for me. And that's going to be especially helpful if you guys are retirement age, or thinking about retirement, or and beyond. I mean, just in general, how to make our money work for us. So that's what my primary focus right now is to save as much as I can, and make the little bit of savings I do have. How can I, increase it and make it work, and go even further. Oh yeah, y'all. Remember I did the house tour video. Please watch it, about the our old house that we're selling. I guess we're gonna close at this point. I talked to my realtor, and the update on that is she said that the buyers signed off on the changes that we made and that we agreed upon, but she didn't have a choice because they would be in breach of contract, like I had told y'all in one of the other videos. So they signed off on it, and I guess we're in the clear to close. I believe we close the 23rd. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I think that's sometime next week. So I'll give y'all an update on that. Once we do get to the closing table and sign, I'm not going to believe it until we get there and sign the documents and we get to check in our grubby little hands. So that's been a roller coaster ride in itself. It's crazy. Like I said, we sold a house before, and we did not have this much drama, and didn't have to go through um, all this stress. It's just been crazy. So I guess with all that, y'all, with the stressors of life and the jobs and the economy and trying to make ends meet, I guess it just kind of took its toll on me, and my body was just like, mm-mm. They were like, slow down, sis. Like, you're doing too much. Yeah, because yeah, it just seems like I was just going 0 to 60, and it just went, and I hit a brick wall. So hopefully, wherever this is, I'll be over it in a couple of days. But I just wanted to get on here and catch up with y'all, and but some of the things that were going on and some of the videos that I've put out, um, rather than just do one long video. And again, I don't want to keep y'all on here too long. And it's my first live, so if you can or if you will, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Now I got to figure out, how do I stop this thing? Because I don't see a stop button on here. I guess I should have read up on it before I went on here. But thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll probably do another one of these, maybe this weekend or something, just to get up to catch up with you all. All right. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.